Hi everybody, this is Matt. Thanks for watching and welcome back. You know, it's one thing about having children, they always surprise you, but the older we get, I find the easier it is for us to confuse our own kids. And such was the deal recently when my daughter and I were out visiting a big box store that sells, guess what, firearms. What am I holding in my hands? I'm holding my favorite shotgun of all time and also my father's favorite shotgun. This is a Winchester Model 12. There's nothing fancy about it. This is the field grade model. So no fancy woodwork, no engraving, anything like that. It just simply works. And Winchester made bank on these things for decades upon decades. Again, a fabulous shotgun. With this particular gun, I cannot begin to even guess the number of times that this has been out in the field hunting, that this has brought home lunch, dinner, supper, whatever it is that you want to call it. Whether it be pheasants, rabbits, squirrel, goose, duck, you name it, this gun has brought home the goods. And I also can't begin to tell you how many times this has been to the trap or skeet range and how many rounds have gone through this shotgun. I wouldn't even begin to hazard a guess. But this has held up throughout the years, and this was Dad's favorite shotgun, and it certainly is mine. Hence is the crux of the story here. My daughter and I are running through a big box store, and we're looking at firearms. And we come across the shotguns because I'm looking at some of these, and my daughter takes one look at them. It's not like she hasn't seen it before. And she's like, "Dad, you mean to tell me that you carried around that thing, this thing right here, hunting?" "Yeah, honey, absolutely right." I handed it to her, and she picked it up, and she's like, Oh, this is heavy. How? No, there's no way that you could have carried that hunting. I'm like, yeah, we did. We did it all the time. I don't know how. And how could you hit anything with it? It doesn't have a sight. Yes, it does. See this little gold bead up here? That's the sight. Well, how did you aim? Very carefully. It's called almost gutter sights, honey. So you line this up with that front sight like that, and after you've practiced an awful lot of times, you can hit what it is that you're shooting at, whether it be a clay bird, a clay pigeon on the trap and skeet range, or if it be a rabbit, pheasants, or whatever else. And she's like, "I cannot believe that you would carry this." And again, she's just going like, this thing weighs 50 pounds and just like, ugh. Walking through the woods with something like this. I know. For those of you that go hunting, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And so I'm like, honey, it's not all that difficult. We would typically walk like this when we were bird hunting, because you wanted to get up fast on the draw. And so we would walk through the woods or through the fields like this. And again, she was just mystified that her dad and other people went around like this, that we actually carried this in the woods. And I'm like, it's real simple. You know, a bird jumps up and instinctively you're aiming because you have done this for thousands and thousands of repetitions, probably, and that's how you shoot. Well, she still didn't believe it. So then when we get home, put this up here for a second. When we get home, you see the M1 Garand back here on top of the safe. I hand that to her, and then she really went, "Ugh. This is really, really heavy." And I said, yes, your grandfather carried one just like that, who knows where in Europe, in World War I, and then he marched up one side of a mountain and down the other side in Korea with that. And I'm like, there you go. And my daughter was just completely mystified by it. It struck me as weird. That's why I'm sharing it with you. But the thing is, kids today, quite often, don't know a lot of things about us, their parents. They don't know about the world. They don't know that hunting, for me growing up, was a normal thing. That's what I saw day in, day out. When bird season opened up, Dad had already packed up the gear and we were off into northern Iowa hunting for pheasant. In southern Iowa, we were hunting for quail. But it was a regular deal. And kids today, they don't know that. They don't know what their parents went through. They don't know what their grandparents went through. They think something like this is hard, something like this is arduous. We didn't think that way. So maybe, I guess what I'm saying is, it's not a bad idea to share your history as a parent or as a grandparent with your children and your grandchildren. Because there's so many things that we all take for granted and we don't know. None of us are ever guaranteed how long we're going to be on the face of this earth. And I'm a testimony to that because I have had cancer and I have had 2 heart attacks. I don't take life for granted anymore. So I love being able to share things with my kids and telling them about what it was like when I was growing up. Now, it doesn't have to be about this. It can be about, well, let's see, I remember when gas prices were down to 20 cents a gallon. And when I was 16 years old, 40 cents a gallon was pretty doggone common. They're like, are you kidding? What's up with that? True. So take some time with your family. Share things with them. If you love the outdoors, take them out hunting with you. Take them to the range. Take them target practicing. If you love fishing, get them out there on a boat and teach them how to fish. Show them what it is that you love about being outdoors. But if it's just other things about your life, I know many of you have led remarkable lives, whether you think you have or not. So just go out there and share it with your family now. Don't let them guess about later when it's too late. For example, with my mother had a permit to carry weapons as early as 1972. I think I know the reason why, but I would love to have known that, and I would have loved to have been able to ask my mother why. Why were you carrying, and what were you carrying? Because I'll never know now. It's too late. Don't let it be too late. Share something with your kids. Get them physically active, outside walking and lifting and carrying things and going up a hill and down the other side and all that sort of stuff. Because in today's society, it's getting to be pretty rare. So anyway, just thought I'd pass that along to you. Anyhow, thanks for watching as usual. And until next time, everybody, have a good one. And what else? Be safe out there.